I've always wanted to plant some strawberries at my house, and last year I finally got around to doing it. So I built this raised strawberry bed, and then I didn't know where to get some plants. So I ended up buying some plants online, and I was kind of nervous because I've never bought strawberry plants online before, and I couldn't really find any good videos that would just kind of tell about the experience of buying plants online. So today I'm just going to talk about what I bought online and how they worked. And as you can see, a year later, they've been doing really well. So I went and got mine as Bareroot strawberries, which basically means it was just the root and then the crown of the strawberry, and that's all that was showing. And then it came in a little bag, and I ordered mine online from a website called Gurneys. And so they shipped me 25 ever-sweet, ever-bearing strawberry plants and 10 of their Whopper strawberry plants. And I paid about $20, $30 total for all of these plants. So it was not very expensive, and I got 35 plants. But they came as Bareroot, and I had to plant them into the ground here. So the first ones I bought were the Eversweet, and they have like large red berries, but they can tolerate up to 100 degrees. And so that's kind of why I picked them, because they're right here in the sun, and because they're full sun and I didn't have shade cloth to put on them, and it said it worked for 100 degrees. And it could be raised in containers or raised beds, and it was pretty disease resistant. And that was according to them. And then the other one I purchased was their Whopper June bearing, which are only 10, and these are the ones in the back, and they produce ones that can be up to as big as a peach, it said, but it will only produce once or twice a year. So all the ones in the back are June bearing, which means they'll produce 1 or 2 crops per year, but they'll be really big. And all the ones in the front, which are the 25, will produce throughout the summer, and they won't be as big. So last year I planted all these in, and one of the things I did is I put this hay down, which worked really well to keep the weeds out. The problem was that the hay I bought was, I guess, not very good quality. It was just from like Home Depot. It ended up growing all of these little weeds, or started reseeding and growing hay. So I had to come out here and pull all of these out. So the hay worked really well, but I would buy something that I've now learned you can buy is certified weed free. So I would look for that, because that would just make it much easier. However, it wasn't too bad. I was able to come out and keep it pretty well weeded, except until the end of the summer when it just kind of got hard and I had to spend a couple hours to come out here and completely fix it. I would water it about once a week, try to keep it fairly moist. And then I would have lots of runners. And so they would produce runners, which are these little side strawberries like right here. And I would pull these out because I didn't want it producing more plants. So the first year they said to take off all of the flowers. As you can see this year, I already have tons of flowers. So I planted the Bareroot in about April, and then in June I did start getting some flowers, and I pulled some of the flowers and I left some of the flowers because I wanted to be honest, I just wanted some strawberries. I pulled some of the flowers, they say, because then it lets the roots grow instead of producing strawberries the first year. But as you can see, this is year 2, and all of them have lots of strawberries and lots of flowers. We even already have some strawberries starting to appear down here. So these are the really big ones. And we've got lots of strawberries right here. So we'll see how long those take to grow. But so I don't know if it was really worth taking. I know the professionals were like, take off the strawberries, but it worked for me. I did use a strawberry fertilization, and I just used one from Gurneys, and I would put fertilizer down. I put some down the other day. We're about middle or beginning of April right now. I put it around the flowers and under the flowers. So throughout the summer last year, I did get quite a few strawberries. I never got many very big ones, but I had enough in about August to come out every day and probably pick 3 or 4. I had a few animals get into something right here. I found a rabbit in my neighborhood, so it might have been a rabbit. I have a really cool net I can put over it with some posts that I can change the height of the net. I made a video on it, but I'm gonna put that over it, I think, to try to stop some of the animals. I think it was a rabbit to get into it. These ever-bearing ones, I think, do need bees. One of the 2 did need bees to pollinate. So right now it's all open, but there's nothing that the animals are coming to mess with yet. But I need the bees to come pollinate these. But as you can see, I'm already getting strawberries, so I'm really excited about that. So after a year of Bareroot strawberries, this is what I've come up with. I would say it was definitely worth it. The price was about half the price of going to the store and buying a bunch of strawberries that were already at this growing stage. But I had to wait a year, but I was able to get a lot for a lot cheaper. And there's tons of runners that I can save and give away. I kept them for about a month before I planted them because I wanted to make sure that the frost wouldn't get to them. I wouldn't know if it would matter or not, but that was simple. I just kept them in a cardboard box and I would spray them with a little water bottle to keep the roots wet. And none of them had any issues, and they all went into the ground and they grew really fast. And we've got lots of flowers this year, so I'm really excited for all the flowers, and I'm really excited for all the strawberries. So if you want to keep following and see how well all these online purchased strawberries do, I'm sure I'll give an update. I really want to see if these in the back really do get as large as a peach, because that would be awesome.